Hello everyone, and welcome back to the world of Thetis. I'm glad to finally be recording again. It's been a little while. I'm glad to be back into the world. And I remember from last episode that there was that guy that basically the Teventer guy that, you know, wanted to enslave the mages, or he was taking over the mages, and I think he took advantage of that whole situation. But his son like slipped me a note saying, oh, you know, meet me. I don't remember. It's actually been a few weeks, so it's actually been a while. But he slipped me a note, basically turning against his father, I think. So anyway, let's just continue with where we are here in this tavern, it looks like, and let's see what happens. So there's lots of people to talk to, tons of people, I'm sure. What does this guy have to say?
Magister Alexius does not approve of those without magic like you and me. You may not wish to stay long. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
This ire? Does Alexius disapprove?
What does the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded of what mages can become. He says all tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
Oh, he is tranquil. It took me a second to realize he was even a tranquil.
You're one of the Tranquil.
Yes, my talent for magic was insufficient to protect me from demons. Rather than risk me becoming possessed, the Circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires.
Dude.
Those now in Redcliffe prefer not to see us.
Is it even worth being alive? Is it worth living to not have any hopes and dreams? You're not even human at that point. That's a tough one. Here's a question for the viewers. Would you rather just be taken out or become tranquil? I don't know. When did the Teventer... You couldn't love anymore? You couldn't be sad about anything anymore? You couldn't laugh or be happy? Like, just nothing. I don't know. All right, when did the Teventers arrive?
How long have the Teventers been here?
Magister Alexius arrived at nightfall, 2 days after we retreated from the Temple of Sacred Ashes. He forced anyone without magic out of the castle, save those he required to serve him. Even the Arl was sent away.
Even the Arl was sent away. Okay, I should go.
Farewell, then.
Farewell.
You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not?
Yeah.
I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you.
Wow.
While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
Oh, so well, how about that? We got a new agent. I didn't see that coming. That makes me want to talk to her, too. What is she all about?
We don't need your kind here.
Oh,
your
well...
Inquisition is Templars by another name.
Templars by another name. Look, I want to help the mages.
I'm here because I believe mages deserve their freedom.
Right.
I'm facing the wrong way. Sorry about that, guys. And my health is absolute poop. And Cassandra did not like that what I just said, but, well, tough. I want to help, yeah, I know that many mages can become, like, really bad people, but remember that all the mages that went so terrible and sour in Redcliffe, it's because it was sitting right on top of that freaking fountain of evil that was making them all go crazy.
Inquisition, huh? I wish to holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner. These Teventers make my shoulder blades itch.
Your shoulder blade? Tell me about yourself.
Who are you?
Name's Talwyn, formerly of the Circle of Magi in Hosberg. Lived my whole life there, since I was 10 years old and came into my magic. 3 meals a day, quality education, a roof over my head. If you're not summoning demons, a mage tower's a fine place to be.
Oh, okay. I need to... I'm sorry, guys. Discord was kind of distracting me just a bit. I missed that line. I missed what he said. All I caught was this last. All I can see is this: if you're not summoning demons, a mage's tower's a fine place to be. Oh, okay. Like protection, I guess. Aren't you with the rebellion? Huh.
If you were happy in the circle, why are you here with the rebels?
We're all rebels now. The vote saw to that. The majority wanted to dissolve the circles. The rest of us went with them or were cut loose. I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
Oh, you're better off with your fellow mages than on your own. Got it. So you don't like Tevinter?
You're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right about that lot. They're not like us. Magic or no, I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with Magisters.
And what about the alliance?
How did the Grand Enchanter end up working with Tevinter?
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a Magister ally. It was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way. Out of the frying pan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Goodbye.
Be careful. The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
Likely. All right, so I think we've talked to all the important people. I wonder what's up here. Is there anything up in this back here? You know, nothing wrong with exploring. Ooh, a book. The Annulment of Dairsmuid. I don't know if Dairsmuid or Dairsmuid. I have no idea. When we heard of the injustices against our fellow mages at the White Spire, the Circle of Magi in Valrio, I feared what was to come. Our Circle of Dairsmuid, I do not know how to pronounce that, guys, I'm sorry, is small and isolated. It exists largely as a facade to appease the Chantry. How is it that I can pronounce facade with the freaking weird C, but I can't pronounce the other word? Anyway, when the other circles rose up, the Chantry's seekers across the bay from Alssmet to investigate, they found us mixing freely with our families, training female mages in the traditions of the Seers, and denounced us as apostates. Perhaps they thought we were spineless robes who could be intimidated with a little bloodshed. This person talks weird. The robes, he's referencing themselves as robes. Before I was first enchanter, I was the daughter of Captain Rivaud of the Felicissimo Armada. I know how to plan a battle. Okay. They brought with them a small army of Templars. We fought, and we might have won. But they invoked the right of annulment, killing them all, with all the unrelenting brutality that allowed. It is their right to put screaming apprentices to the sword, burn our tainted libraries, crush irreplaceable artifacts under their heels, tear down the very walls of our home. No mage has the right to disagree. We of the Dairsmuid Circle wait now, behind barricades. I have sent word to our brothers and sister mages of this outrage. When they break through, we will not die alone. Final journal entry of the first enchanter Rivella, slain in Dairsmuid, 940 dragon. Okay, so that was one of the enchanters of old, but not too old. It's only 940. Oh, wow. What is this? Another book. Seers and Alssmet. I hope that this bit of lore is not so convoluted as the last one. 23 of Ferventus. When I set out for the capital of Ravane, I did not anticipate arriving in the middle of a little provincial festival. The streets are thick with fishermen and farmers coming in from the countryside for some gathering. Rural life apparently breeds fierce rivalries. I've seen more than one fistfight erupt in the square outside the inn. And do they call this music? Excellent wine, however. I must be Antivin. It must be Antivin. And then 24th of Ferventus. The agreement is sealed. The merchant had more jewelry in his head than Orlesian women do on their fingers, but anyone willing to sell me silk at this price may dress how they please. Sebal, whose title is Anain, is an amiable sort who offered to show me Alssmet tonight. Apparently the village leaders, hedge mages, and dub seers travel to Dairsmuid twice a year to meet in council, forge trade agreements, and publicly pledge loyalty to Ravane's queen. Deals made at Alssmet are seen as especially auspicious. Sable warned me that sometimes hotheads will attempt to settle old feuds before these seers decree binding judgments here. But there are also feasts, lavish gift-giving ceremonies, musical contests, and other rustic nonsense. This explains the rabble. Still, it might be amusing to sample the local color. I've just witnessed a loudly public exchange between two men trying to outdo each other with ridiculous boasts in the square. The most extravagant liar was applauded and decorated with wreaths by the crowd. The Raveni are lively, I'll grant them that, and not all afraid to drink with the Deventer. Ha! Peasant oaf threatened me after I tripped into him at fest. Bit of fire cowed him. Impressed ladies, too. What enlightened attitudes. These people have fantasas? What the? Fantasas? Lovely dancers here. Is he drunk? Is that what this is? Must rimb get vintage from Innkeep. Label was blue. Is he drunk? 26th of Ferventus. Find out who's sleeping on top of me. Bring more robes next year. From the diary of Biscorus of Virantium. 932 Dragon. That was just a bunch of nonsense. It was basically just the ramblings of a man that's partying. Was it worth the time to read it? I do not know. All right. Well, I think we've read most of the good stuff in here. I suppose we can head out the door. All right, let's get out here. Okay, so why is there a rift inside the chantry? That's what I want to understand. And by the way, OBS crashed whenever I entered in here. I think I gotta do something like reduce the graphics or something, just so that I can run OBS at the same time and record. All right, let me interrupt this rift. But there was like this dude with like this weird mustache. In fact, that's him right there. I don't know what the heck is up with who he is or why he's in here fighting a rift. Why there's a rift in the chantry in the first place. This should be a sacred place. And also, I have like no health, so I don't understand how I'm surviving this. I need to close this thing. Ah, no. Did it glitch? Oh, it glitched. All right, here he is. Here's
fascinating.
Fabio.
How does that work exactly?
I don't know.
You don't even know, do you?
No.
You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
That's the sum of it, yep.
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Pavus, most recently of Minrathus. How do you do?
Another
Dorian.
Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
So why help us then?
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor, meaning he's not any longer, not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
Wait a minute. Alexius distorted time itself?
He arranged it so he could arrive here just after the Divine died.
You catch on quick.
That is fascinating, if true, and almost
Those are tiny shoulders.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
Wow. So, who the hell are you? How do I trust you? Like, what kind of evidence do you have?
I'd like more proof than magical time control go with it.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day.
There he
My
is.
father's joined a cult, Tevinter Supremacists. They call themselves Venatori.
Venatori.
And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
To get to me?
All this for me. And here I didn't get Alexius anything.
Send him a fruit basket. Everyone loves those. You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
Ooh, creepy. There are worse things than dying. Okay, so I don't totally understand the whole time control thing. But at least, like, the time control thing is kind of, like, what did he do? He, like, went back in time or some shit? So I gotta return to the war room because I don't have enough power to make an impression. Well, how about that? So I'll be returning to the war room then soon, but look at all of this stuff. Look, there's just an immense... Come on, guys. You can't tell me this is not overwhelming. Look at this. This is an incredibly overwhelming. Look at all of this. Look, look at, there's no way. Look at the and it's not done. There's another one at the end. Go to the warp table to scout the storm. Look at all of this. I genuinely do not know where to begin. I have no clue where to begin. This is too much, guys. All right. Anyway, I'm going to stop BSing and complaining. I'm going to go to... I guess I'm going to go to the war table because I've seen the war table on a lot of different things. So I guess I'm going to go there. And explore this place a little bit first, though. What do we got here? The circle of the... How come it didn't open up? That's weird. Usually it opens up. Where's the codex? Here. Oh, there's Dorian Pavus. Only child and heir presumptive to the senatorial seat of Magister Hallward Pavus, Dorian comes from a prestigious line of mages, prominent in the coastal Tevinter city of Quarinus since the late Exalted Age. At that time, the Imperium was recovering from a failed Exalted March in the Fourth Blight. Gideon Pavus arose as a voice of reason within the Magisterium. His block of allies convinced the Imperium not to descend upon the weakened South, to extend a hand of reconciliation to those who had sought their destruction. That House Pavus remained standing even after Magister Gideon was tried for treason is a testament to the power he built, and as Dorian himself would claim, an excellent example of how internecine politics in Tevinter can bring low even the brightest star. A lesson, he says, one should never forget. Okay, and then Magister Gereon Alexius. Okay, so this is the evil dude, basically. Lords and ladies of the Magisterium. Wow, I butchered that. Lords and ladies of the Magisterium. Before we vote on the budget for this latest measure against the Qunari, I would ask that we take a moment to consider the state of our institutions of higher learning. The Circle of Minrathos is more than 10,000 years old. Dorinius, the dreamer himself, was born within those walls. It continues to be a source of wisdom and guidance for the best and brightest of the Imperium's youth, yet it falls into disrepair. Magister Aurelius has made her case several times for increased funding to the circles, and as yet, her appeals have gone unanswered. Magister Viren is See, all these people, I have no idea who they are. Magister Viren has spoken at length on the threat of the Oxmen in the north, a tide of brutality that we alone hold back. Let me add this. How shall we defeat the Qunari? How have we held back their advance all these long years without support from other nations of Thedas? You know the answer. Magic. It is our magic that holds the beasts at bay. And through the ingenuity of our magic, we will drive them from our shores forever. Oops. My friends and colleagues, this is the battle we prepare our apprentices, sons, and daughters to face. They need the resources to discover new magic, new techniques that can lend us an advantage in the endless war. They cannot do this while roofs crumble over their heads. Repair the circles, let the Imperium's future be more than slow decline to the marching steps of legions. An address by Magister Alexius to the Magisterium taken from the official minutes in 939 Dragon. Okay, so he loves the fact that they have magic, and he is proud of the magic they use to fend off foes, the Oxmen, which sounds really fucking cool. I'd love to meet an Oxman. All right, the Circle of Magi. This is what we opened the Codex for to begin with. The Circle of Magi was established centuries ago to protect us, and to protect those without magic from the things we might do. No man in his right mind would disagree that these are noble goals. I refuse to believe that the Chantry intended the injustice and oppression we suffered in the intervening years. Segregation of mages from non-mages within Templar-guarded compounds was the best, possibly the only, option available. We have recently had to face the stark reality that the system has failed us. The Circle of Magi in Ferelden's Kinloch Hold is one of the most liberally run, and even there we saw sedition and dissent, resulting in a failed revolt that nearly destroyed the entire tower. Perhaps stringency would work where leniency failed. I would present Kirkwall's gallows as evidence against such thinking. Knight Commander Meredith's vice grip on the Circle in her care backfired, leaving us where we are now. If the circles, no matter how they are managed, do not, perhaps cannot, function as intended, what is next? There are no easy answers. The events of recent years have forced me to re-examine my views on freedom. As Aquitarians, we have always advocated self-control and cooperation with the Chantry, but this approach may no longer serve. I must consider that our libertarian brothers and sisters had the right of it all along. Look at the strife and chaos that now consumes our world. Fighting for independence, for a better system, may not improve our situation, but it cannot make it any worse. Letter from Senior Enchanter Vorman Quinnay of Cumberland to a colleague, dated 939 Dragon. Wow. Very interesting. That seemed less like... To me, that was not really an excerpt about the Circle of Magi. That was more about the politics of the current day. Anyway. Let's go to the war room, I guess. We have business to attend to.
Do we believe that both Alexius's son and apprentice are turning on him? It seems someone wants to trap us either way.
Their willingness to betray raises the question of whether they will betray us.
That's a good question. Are they to be trusted? I don't know. I don't know. If it were me, if I were in the situation of this lady here, I would find it hard to trust anybody.
Take care.
Oh, what is this? Inquisition perks. This is new. Special training for those who have joined the Inquisition's cause. Endurance training fit for a soldier? Ooh, secrets, connections.
From the capital.
You're not pleased?
I am not convinced we are prepared for the full scrutiny of
Wow,
that
her
way.
dialogue is like really low. Improved coordination and infrastructure. Man, all of those sound good. Every single one of them sounds good. I feel like I'm picking the bad thing. I guess we'll go with connections. That seems like a good thing. Nobility knowledge, sterling reputation. Thanks to a few well-placed acquaintances and a carefully crafted reputation. My cat is in my way. Merchants will pay the Inquisition 10% more for items sold to them. You know what? I'm sure there's some best way to do this. Oh, wow. Wait, I really have that many different... I guess we'll go... Oh, these are all locked. Secrets? Inquisition? Okay. So I guess let's go to Ferelden, because as you can see, there's like these little green things. In hushed whispers, Redcliffe Castle and the mages who could close the breach are under the control of Magister Gereon Alexius, a Venatori cultist with an unhealthy interest in Lavellan and the power to reorder time itself. So he has some weird kind of time fixation. He has kindly invited Lavellan to the castle, alone, to negotiate. It's an obvious trap, but Liliana and her agents can infiltrate the castle and remove the Venatori threat while Alexius's attention is diverted. A dangerous game, but it's our best chance. Okay.
We don't have the manpower to take the castle. Either we find another way in, or give up this nonsense and go and get the Templars.
Redcliffe is in the hands of a Magister. This cannot be allowed to stand.
The letter from Alexius asked for the Herald of Andraste by name. It's an obvious trap.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Okay.
We can't waste time fighting among ourselves. We have to come to an agreement.
A Tevinter Magister controls Redcliffe, invites us to the castle to talk, and some of us want to do nothing.
Not this again.
Redcliffe Castle is one of the most defensible fortresses in Ferelden. It has repelled thousands of assaults. If you go in there, you'll die, and we'll lose the only means we have of closing these rifts. I won't allow it.
And if we don't even try to meet Alexius, we lose the mages and leave a hostile foreign power on our doorstep.
Even if we could assault the keep, it would be for naught. An Orlesian Inquisition's army marching into Ferelden would provoke a war. Our hands are tied.
The Magister
has outplayed us.
We can't just give up. There has to be something we can do.
We cannot accept defeat now. There must be a solution.
Where's the Earl of Redcliffe? I'm sure he'd help us get his castle back.
After he was displaced, Arl Tegan rode straight for Dunnerin to petition the Crown for help. I doubt he'll want our assistance once the Ferelden army lays siege to his castle.
Wait. There is a secret passage into the castle, an escape route for the family. It's too narrow for our troops, but we could send agents through.
Too risky. Those agents will be discovered well before they reach the Magister.
That's why we need a distraction. Perhaps the envoy Alexius wants so badly.
While they're focused on Lavellan, we break the Magister's defenses. It could work, but it's a huge risk.
Fortunately, you'll have help.
Oh, he's back.
This man says he has information about the Magister and his methods, Commander.
Yeah, I've met him.
Your spies will never get past Alexius's magic without my help. So if you're going after him, I'm coming along. The plan puts you in the most
And he
danger.
thinks very highly of himself.
Can't in good conscience order you to do this. We can still go after the Templars if you'd rather not play the bait. It's up to you.
Oh god. Now it's up to me. Okay, so choosing the mages will make it impossible to work with the Templars. Ugh. Okay, so if I choose to work with the mages, then I cannot work with the Templars. Oh boy. Redcliffe Castle and the mages who could close the breach are under the control of Magister Gereon Alexius. Yes, I read this already. Yeah, I'm okay with that. You guys already know my affinities, so let's confirm. Oh, so now I get to pick my party. Well, since we got Dorian, I guess I'll take him. Oh, I can only take him. That's the only guy I can take. I can't even take anyone else. Oh, no, I can. What am I? I'm crazy. I really like Solas, and let's take Varric. All right, let's go. What the heck is that?
Announce us.
The Magister's invitation was for Mistress Llewellyn and no one else. You lot wait here.
They have to accompany me. You wouldn't deprive me of my attachés, would you?
Jesus Christ, those abs on Solas. Friggin' ripped. It's a nice throne.
My Lord Magister, the agents of the Inquisition have arrived.
My friend, it's so good to see you again. And your associates, of course. I'm sure we can work out some arrangement that is equitable to all parties.
Are we mages to have no voice in deciding our fate?
Fiona, you would not have turned your followers over to my care if you did not trust me with their lives.
If the Grand Enchanter wants to be part of these talks, then I welcome her as a guest of the Inquisition.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
The Inquisition needs mages to close the breach, and I have them. So, what shall you offer in exchange?
Alright, so we want the mages that he has.
I'd much rather discuss your time magic.
I'm afraid I have no idea what you mean.
She knows everything, Father.
Felix, what have you done?
Your son is concerned that you're involved in something terrible.
So speaks the thief. Do you think you can turn my son against me? You walk into my stronghold with your stolen mark, a gift you don't even understand, and think you're in control. You're nothing but a mistake.
Dang. That's not something you want to hear from your mom or dad. Sorry. Now, what is the mark? Do you know anything about it?
If you know so much, enlighten me. Tell me what this mark on my hand is for.
It belongs to your betters. You wouldn't even begin to understand its purpose.
Father, listen to yourself. Do you know what you sound like?
He sounds exactly like the sort of villainous cliché everyone expects us to be.
Dorian, I gave you a chance to be a part of this. You turned me down. The Elder One has power you would not believe. He will raise the Imperium from its
Elder One?
ashes.
Who's the Elder One?
That's who you serve. The one who killed the Divine. Is he a mage?
Soon, he will become a god.
A god.
He will make the world bow to mages once more. We will rule from the Boric Ocean to the frozen seas.
You can't involve my people in this.
Alexius, this is exactly what you and I talked about never wanting to happen. Why would you support this?
I thought I heard a crossbow.
Father. Give up the Venatori. Let the Southern Mages fight the breach, and let's go home.
No, it's the only way, Felix. He can save you.
Save me?
There is a way. The Elder One promised, if I undo the mistake at the temple.
I'm going to die. You need to accept that.
Seize them, Venatori. The Elder One demands this woman's life.
Well, that plan worked like a charm.
You are a mistake. You should never have existed.
Whoa, does he have it too? It almost looks like he has the mark.
Blood of the Elder One. Where'd they come from?
What? These look like Dark Souls people. Wait, so where did I just get teleported somewhere? Where am I? Where the heck am I? Who are these people and where did I go? Did I just get teleported to an alternate dimension? And there's red lyrium everywhere. You know what? Maybe it's red lyrium that he's using to like fuel his time magic. Is that a thing?
Displacement. Interesting. It's probably not what Alexius intended. The rift must have moved us to what? The closest confluence of arcane energy?
The last thing I remember, we were in the castle hall.
I know.
Let's see. If we're still in the castle, it isn't. Oh, of course, it's not simply where, it's when. Alexius used the amulet as a focus. It moved us through time.
Wait, what?
Did we go forward in time or back, and how far?
Those are excellent questions. We'll have to find out, won't we?
We don't
look around, see where the rift took us. Then we can figure out how to get back. If we can.
If we can?
And what happens if we can't get back?
What the heck?
Then we get comfortable in our new present.
Wow, this is really cool. I love this. The game just got so much cooler. We're traveling in time. We don't know where we're at. We don't know where we are when? We don't know where we win? Okay, so we need a prison key. Does one of these guards have the key? Oh, well, yes, there is the key. And loot? I guess. He needs that. All right. He also needs to be, I think character record, right? He needs a little level up. Oh my God, he's got lots of points to spend. I guess we'll go with Inferno magic. That seems really fun. Get that. Let's get these passives. Passives are amazing. Passives are really good. There we go. All right, he's now a flame-wielding fire inferno man. Let's go through this gate. Man, there's red lyrium everywhere. Am I in the future, the past? It's so interesting. I'm very curious where I am, when I am, when am I? The upper cells. What was the other direction? There's two directions. I could have gone this way or that way. And I don't know which way is the right way or the wrong way. Maybe there is no right or wrong.
Alexius has made a dreadful mess of this place, hasn't he?
I didn't see this part of the castle.
It was covered in the tackiest carvings of wolves and dogs I'd ever seen. This is not an improvement.
And think about it this way. If we are in the future, does that mean that the past behind me has already been decided? Which means this is what the world looks like if we're successful in our plan to save the mages or unsuccessful in our plan to save the mages. Man, there's just winding tunnels of endless... Who are you? Can you help us?
Andraste blessed me, Andraste blessed me. My tears are my sins, my sins, my sins.
Okay.
Andraste guide me.
I was hoping he could help, but maybe he's insane.
What did they do to you?
Andraste blessed me. Andraste blessed me.
Okay, so maybe this is the future then. And this almost looks like a bad future. The kind of future that I don't want to actually come to fruition. Wait a minute. I see on the map that there's some kind of like blue thing. Who are you?
You're alive. I saw you
It's Fiona.
disappear into the rift.
What happened?
I don't understand. What's happened to you?
Red lyrium. It's a disease. The longer you're near it, eventually you become this. Then they mine your corpse for more.
Can you tell us the date? It's very important.
Harvest Mia. 942 Dragon.
942? Then we've missed an entire year.
So it's been a whole year then. We need to go back.
We have to get out of here. Go back in time.
Please, stop this from happening.
That's such a weird...
Serves the Elder One, more powerful than the Maker.
What?
No one challenges him.
More powerful than the Maker? I don't believe it.
I've never fought a god before. This should be memorable.
Our only hope is to find the amulet that Alexius used to send us here. If it still exists, I can use it to reopen the rift at the exact spot we left.
I hope you know what you're talking about.
Good.
I said, maybe. It might also turn us into paste.
You must try.
Well, we're gonna try.
Spymaster Liliana. She is here. Find her. Quickly. Before the Elder One learns you're here.
Well, the game just got super epic, guys. The Elder One. I'm hyped as fuck about the Elder One. Now I really want to meet the Elder One.
If red lyrium is an infection, Maker, why is it coming out of the walls?
Are you sure you want to find out?
Because the whole place is infected. The whole everything. That means, hey, wait a minute. We're standing next to the lyrium. So we're going to become infected if we stay here too long. Who's humming? No, I know that voice. That's Varric. Yep, I knew it. No, Varric.
Andraste sacred knickers. You're alive.
Well, he hasn't lost his personality.
Where were you? How did you escape?
How did we unlock
We
it?
didn't escape. Alexius sent us into the future.
Everything that happens to you is weird.
Well, at least he's still himself.
You don't look so good, Varric. What happened?
Bite your tongue. I look damn good for a dead man.
You're no more dead than we are.
The not dying version of this red lyrium stuff? Way worse. Just saying.
We get to Alexius, and I just might be able to send us back to our own time. Simple, really.
That may not be as easy as you think. Alexius is just a servant. His Elder One assassinated the Empress and led a demon army in a huge invasion of the South. The Elder One rules everything. What's left of it. Alexius is really not the one you need to worry about.
So it's the Elder One that's the real issue.
Then I look forward to meeting Alexius as master.
Be careful what you wish for. You want to take on Alexius? I'm in. Let's go.
Well, he doesn't seem too affected. Other than having glowing red eyes, he doesn't seem that diseased. He's still himself. He doesn't sound like he's suffering. Oh God, Solas.
You're alive. We saw you die.
The spell Alexius cast displaced us in time. We just got here, so to speak.
Can you reverse the process? You could return and obviate the events of the last year. It may not be too late.
Yeah, you look ill.
You look bad. Is there anything I can do to help?
I am dying, but no matter. If you can undo this, they can all be saved. This world is an abomination. It must never come to pass. I've heard the guards saying that Alexius barricaded himself in the throne room.
Barricaded himself in the throne room. Okay. Well, let's get out of here then if we can. Okay. There's a note on the table.
Take a look around. See if there's anything we can use.
What does this note say? A prayer to the new God. Oh, goodness. Praise his name who has risen from the darkness. Praise his name who has striven for the light. Praise his name who has walked the golden city. Praise his name. The old gods are no more. The maker never was. Oh, my God. The new God is among us. Praise his name. Oh, man. Okay, so...
There is no maker. The Elder One has taken all that is his and will soon rule from his city.
That still doesn't make him a god.
Oh! There is no god but the Elder One. The Maker is dead. Say it.
Never. I'll die a good Andrastian before living a second as one of you.
Oh God, we gotta help her. Ooh, this does not look good.
You will break.
Is that Liliana? Wow, she looks bad.
Oh, you will.
Wow, Liliana was so beautiful. She is...
You're alive.
Can we use some magic to get her... to get her facelift or something?
Well, that was impressive.
Anger is stronger than any pain. Do you have weapons? Good. The Magister's probably in his chambers.
You aren't curious how we got here?
No.
Alexius sent us into the future. This, his victory, his Elder One, it was never meant to be.
I need to find Alexius and reverse the spell.
If we can get back to our present time, we can prevent this future from ever happening.
And mages always wonder why people fear them. No one should have this power.
It's dangerous and unpredictable. Before the breach, nothing we did.
Enough. This is all pretend to you. Some future you hope will never exist. I suffered. The whole world suffered.
Yeah.
It was real.
It was real. I believe it. It's just as real as anything else. Just because it's a different time.
Stop talking.
I'm just asking for information.
No, you're talking to fill silence. Nothing happened that you want to hear.
Yeah, it seems like a bunch of bad stuff happened here. Studies on the Blight. Introduction of Blight to prisoners yields no discernible pattern. Disease progresses erratically. Some subjects die within hours despite all efforts. Others show no symptoms at all. Subject may harbor some natural resistance, which makes isolation testing a priority. A later entry follows. 6 more subjects died. Transfusions of blood have resistant prisoner. Transfusions of blood from resistant prisoners slow the rate of corruption only slightly. Healthy flesh taken from live subjects and implanted in the infected will often die even before corruption spreads to it. In cases where implantation is successful, blight corruption spreads across donor flesh faster than host flesh. Prisoner Liliana has been the most useful source of resistant blood and skin to date. Wow, so Liliana was actually incredibly resistant. She still looked terrible, though.
How much damage did Alexius' spell do?
Rifts tore apart all of southern Thedas, starting here. But whether that's his doing or the breach, who can say?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm back.
No!
What?
Connor!
It was an act of courage. He knew there was no other way to resist.
What a terrible waste.
What? Connor? I don't see Connor. Am I supposed to be seeing... Am I not seeing something right in front of my face? Spellbinder's Journal. With every failed time spell, the Magisters grow a bit more paranoid. Or perhaps it's not paranoia, since the Elder One really will kill him for his failures. The distinction hardly matters. After the 10th failure, he began locking himself in the Great Hall during his waking hours. After the 20th, he had the foot soldiers excavate a shard doorway from parts unknown and painstakingly install it in the castle. Now his most trusted assistants can only see him if we all go at once, together, which we must do twice a day to bring him his meals, as he never leaves that room at all. I'm sorry, but I do not see a Connor anywhere. I mean, is this Ox Connor? All right, we finally have those dang lyrium shards. Let's go ahead and open that dang door. I searched all over this castle. What is going on? Uh-oh. What are we... So is that the old god? No, that's him. Okay. I was about to be very underwhelmed.
Look at what you've done, Alexius. All this suffering. And for what?
For my country, for my son. But it means nothing now. I knew you would appear again. Not that it would be now, but I knew I hadn't destroyed you.
Yep.
My final failure.
Was it worth it? Everything you did to the world, to yourself.
It doesn't matter now. All we can do is wait for the end.
What is the end?
What do you mean? What's ending?
The irony that you should appear now of all the possibilities. All that I fought for, all that I betrayed, and what have I wrought? Ruin and death, that is nothing else. The Elder One comes for me, for you, for us all. Felix.
That's Felix. Maker's breath, Alexius.
Wow.
What have you done?
He would have died, Dorian. I saved him. Please, don't hurt my son. I'll do anything you ask.
Okay, then give us the
Hand over
amulet.
the amulet and we let him go.
Let him go and I swear you'll get what you want.
No.
I
It's not the way it
want the
works.
world back.
Oh.
No!
We have to fight him now with no health. Oh god, we don't have any health. How's this gonna work?
I gave the world!
Oh gosh. He's so strong.
Your death will be my... You alright, Dorian?
Yeah, I don't know.
Your death will... Where are your assassins this time?
Oh no. And a rift. What does this yellow thing do? I'm the only one now. Yeah, that's too hard. Your journey ends? So far as anyone knew, the Herald of Andraste was destroyed in an instant by Alexius's spell. With your death, the fledgling Inquisition fell to pieces. In less than a year, the mysterious Elder One used his army of demons to conquer the known world, and no organization was ready or able to stop him. What happens if I push continue? I don't understand. Oh, okay, we do it again. Well, I don't have any health. I can't beat it like this. Alright, we got him now. Oh, we finally got him.
He wanted to die, didn't he?
The Staff
All
of
those
Stasis.
lies he told himself, the justifications. He lost Felix long ago. Didn't even notice. Oh, Alexius.
True. We can go back in the past.
Too far gone. But the Alexius in our time might still be reasoned with.
I suppose that's true. This is the same amulet he used before. I think it's the same one we made in Minrathous. That's a relief. Give me an hour to work out the spell he used, and I should be able to reopen the rift.
An hour? That's impossible! You must go now!
Oh no. Is it the old one? Or the... whatever his name is?
The Elder One.
The Elder One.
You cannot stay here.
Oh no.
We'll hold the outer door. When they get past us, it'll be your turn.
We'll make this count.
The only way we live is if
we need their sacrifice.
Cast your spell. You have as much time as I have hours. Though darkness closes, I am shielded by flame.
What's about to come through that door?
Andraste, guide me.
Okay.
Maker, take me to your side.
So laggy, I'm sorry, guys.
You move, and we all die!
All right, let's go. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. Come on, dude. What are you doing? Go. Oh my god.
You'll have to do better than that.
Wow.
Put aside all claim to Redcliffe and we let you live.
You won. There is no point extending this charade. Felix.
It's going to be all right, Father.
You'll die.
Everyone dies.
Well, I'm glad that's over with. Or not.
Grand Enchanter, imagine how surprised I was to learn you'd given Redcliffe Castle away to a Tevinter Magister.
King Alistair.
Especially
Wow.
since I'm fairly sure Redcliffe belongs to Arl Tegan.
Your Majesty.
He looks different.
We never intended...
I know what you intended. I wanted to help you. But you've made it impossible. You and your followers are no longer welcome in Ferelden.
Ah, come on.
But we have hundreds who need protection. Where will we go?
The Inquisition might be willing to take in the mages.
And what are the terms of this arrangement?
No terms.
Hopefully better than what Alexius gave you. The Inquisition is better than that, yes?
They have lost all possible supporters. The Inquisition is their only remaining chance for freedom.
I've known a lot of mages. They can be loyal friends if you let them. Friends who make bad decisions, but still loyal.
It seems we have little choice but to accept whatever you offer.
We would be honored to have you fight as allies at the Inquisition's side.
A generous offer. But will the rest of the Inquisition honor it?
The breach threatens all of Thedas. We cannot afford to be divided now. We can't fight it without you. Any chance of success
what was that
requires your
golden...
full support.
I'd take that offer if I were you. One way or another, you're leaving my kingdom.
What an ass.
We accept. It would be madness not to.
All right, good.
Gather my people and ready them for the journey to Haven. The breach will be closed. You will not regret giving us this chance.
Yeah, we need the mages because they have such a great knowledge of arcane, everything arcane. And so having them help us with the breach would be huge.
It's not a matter for debate. There will be abominations among the mages, and we must be prepared.
If we rescind the offer of an alliance, it makes the Inquisition appear incompetent at best, tyrannical at worst.
What were you thinking, turning mages loose with no oversight? The veil is torn open.
Look, we need
We need them to close the breach. It's not going to work if we make enemies of them.
I know we need them for the breach, but they could do as much damage as the demons themselves.
Enough arguing. None of us were there. We cannot afford to second-guess our people. The sole point of the Herald's mission was to gain the mage's aid, and that was accomplished.
The voice of pragmatism speaks. And here I was, just starting to enjoy the circular arguments.
Closing the breach is all that matters.
And the sooner the better, that's right.
The longer the breach is open, the more damage it does. We should head there as soon as possible.
Agreed.
We should do the things you saw in this dark future. The assassination of Empress Celine. A demon army.
Sounds like something a Tevinter cult might do. Orlais falls, the Imperium rises. Chaos for everyone. One battle at a time. It's going to take time to organize our troops and the mage recruits. Let's take this to the war room. Join us. None of this means anything without your mark, after all.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I'd be honored to help with the plan.
Meet us there when you're ready.
I'll skip the War Council, but I would like to see this breach up close, if you don't mind.
Then you're staying?
Oh, didn't I mention? The South is so charming and rustic. I adore it to little pieces.
Oh, it just... Dorian will join the Inquisition? There's only one way. Alright, well, I guess, sure.
There's no one I'd rather be stranded in time with.
Stranded in time with.
Excellent choice. But let's not get stranded again anytime soon, yes? I'll begin preparations to march on the summit. Make her willing, the mages will be enough to grant us victory.
I hope so. I hope so. Incredible, man. What a episode. This was awesome. Just time traveling, the what was it called? The dark one. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. The ancient one or the old one. Whatever. That crazy god that became a god. I wish I would have seen him, but I guess it's not meant to be for me to see him at that point. I guess that's for future episodes or something. But man, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's been a little while since I put out one, and I'm glad to finally be getting back into it. The game just got so much more interesting with the time travel and everything like that. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you next time.